Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today into The Happiest Baby on the Block by Dr. Harvey Karp. If you've got a little one on the way, or maybe one that's already arrived, this deep dive is for you. We're going to unlock some secrets
Yes.
to soothing, sleep, and hopefully a little bit more peace in those first few months.
Yeah, those early months can definitely be a challenge.
Absolutely.
But Dr. Karp's approach is all about making that transition from womb to world a little smoother.
It really is. And you know, at the heart of it all is this idea of the fourth trimester.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that and what it actually means for, for a new parent?
Well, just imagine, you've been in this warm, cozy, constantly moving environment for 9 months.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're thrust into this bright, loud, unfamiliar world.
It's a big adjustment.
It is a huge adjustment for these little ones.
Huge.
And so the fourth trimester idea is that babies, they're kind of born a little bit prematurely compared to other mammals. They need a little extra time and support to adjust.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's not about spoiling them. It's about meeting those biological needs.
Right. It's about what they need.
For comfort and security.
Exactly. And so Dr. Karp, he gives us these tools to meet those needs. And one of the things that he talks about that's probably the most well-known is the 5 S's.
Yeah, the 5 S's, they're famous.
They are.
Yeah.
So let's break those down because I think they can be really helpful for
Let's do it.
new parents.
Okay, so the first S is swaddling.
Okay, swaddling.
So you're mimicking that snug feeling of the womb, but it's really important to swaddle safely.
Yes.
Always put baby on their back to sleep. And stop swaddling once they start showing signs of rolling.
That's so important.
But when done correctly, swaddling can be incredibly soothing.
Absolutely. So that's our first S, swaddling.
That's right.
What about number 2?
Okay, number 2, side or stomach position.
Now, this one can be a little bit
This one always gets people.
tricky.
Yeah, it doesn't mean putting your baby to sleep on their side or tummy. But when they're awake and you're holding them, supporting them on their side or their stomach can really help reduce startling.
So again, it's about mimicking those womb sensations.
Exactly. It's all about the womb.
They're used to
Those familiar sensations.
So we've got swaddling, we've got side or stomach position. What's S number 3?
Okay, S number 3, shushing.
Shushing.
And we're not talking about a gentle library shush here. It's more of a louder whooshing sound,
Okay.
like the noises they heard in the womb.
Interesting.
It might seem counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but a lot of babies, they find these sounds super calming.
Okay. That is definitely something I'm going to have to try because I would not have thought to. Shush my baby that loudly.
Yeah, it can be surprising.
What about number 4?
Number 4, swinging.
Swinging.
Think gentle rhythmic motion, kind of like the swaying they experienced in the womb. A rocking chair, a baby swing, even just gentle bouncing can work wonders.
So again, those familiar sensations that they were used to for 9 months.
Exactly.
Okay. And our final S,
Okay, the final S, sucking.
sucking.
And this one's pretty self-explanatory. Pacifier, thumb-sucking breastfeeding. Sucking, it's a powerful self-soothing mechanism for babies.
It really is. I mean, when you think about it, so many of the things that adults do to self-soothe,
It's true.
come back to that.
It all starts in the womb.
Sucking motion.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got these 5 S's. We've got swaddling side stomach position, shushing, swinging, sucking.
It's a lot of S's.
There's a lot of S's, and it's amazing how much these simple techniques can help calm a fussy baby.
They can be really effective.
But is there a scientific reason behind it?
There is.
Like, why do these things work?
Well, all these 5 S's, they actually trigger a baby's inborn calming reflex. It's
Okay.
kind of like an off switch for crying. That's built right into their nervous system.
So again, it's not about manipulating a baby.
Yeah.
It's about working with
Yeah,
their biology.
exactly. And understanding that calming reflex can make all the difference in those early months.
Absolutely now.
Yeah.
Even with all of these amazing tools, sometimes I know from experience, it can feel impossible to know what your baby needs.
Oh, yeah.
The cries all kind of sound the same.
Especially in the beginning.
In the beginning,
It's like, what are you trying to tell me?
what does this mean?
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
But remember, crying is your baby's only way to communicate.
It's true.
It's their language, so think of yourself as a cry detective.
I love that cry detective. That makes it so much less scary.
Right.
It's not just this like, oh my gosh, I'm failing. It's like, I'm solving a mystery here.
Exactly.
I can figure this out.
And over time, you'll start to differentiate between, a hunger cry, a tired cry, a diaper change cry.
Right.
And you'll get better at it, I promise.
I love that. And as you get better,
Yeah.
at being a cry detective and you start to figure out what your baby needs, you're building that
Yes.
parent-child bond,
It's all connected.
which is so important.
And speaking of bonding and figuring things out, let's talk about sleep.
Yes.
That elusive sleep.
Elusive is the perfect word for it.
Right. So I remember when my first baby was colicky, nothing seemed to work.
Yeah.
I was at my wit's end. And then I discovered the power of white noise.
White noise.
It was like a miracle.
Tell me more.
Remember how we talked about the room being a noisy place? White noise mimics those sounds, and it creates this sense of familiarity and comfort.
Right.
It can be a total game changer for sleep.
That's brilliant. So we've got swaddling, we've got white noise. What are some other things that we can do to help our babies sleep better?
Okay, well, routine is key. Babies thrive on predictability.
Okay.
So dimming the lights, giving a warm bath, reading a book, singing a lullaby, it all signals to your baby that it's time to wind down.
So we're setting the stage for sleep success by creating this consistent and calming
Exactly.
bedtime routine.
Exactly.
I love it. And this brings us to a question that I think so many new parents have, and I know I definitely had it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible to spoil my baby by holding them too much?
It's a very common worry, but I want to be very clear. You cannot spoil a newborn. With love and attention.
All right.
The opposite is actually true. Responding to your baby's needs. Promptly and consistently, it actually helps them develop a more secure attachment style.
Okay.
And that has been linked to greater emotional resilience, better social skills later in life.
So cuddles and responsiveness aren't just about making our babies happy in the moment. They're actually shaping their development for years to come.
Exactly. They're an investment in your
Wow.
child's future.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've debunked the spoiling myth, but what about when a baby's crying goes beyond what seems normal? I'm thinking about colic, which can be just heartbreaking for both parents and baby.
Colic is definitely a challenge. It can be really overwhelming, but the good news is the 5 S's, they can be really effective in soothing a colicky baby.
Okay.
Just remember, consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
And don't be afraid to reach out for support.
Yes, speaking of support, Dr. Karp really emphasizes the importance of building a strong support network.
Absolutely. Caring for a newborn, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Lean on your partner, family, friends, even a postpartum doula. You don't have to do it all alone.
You really don't, and a happy baby starts with a supported parent.
That's the truth.
So true. Well, we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have.
We've talked about the 4th trimester, the 5 S's, understanding your baby's cries, the importance of routine and responsiveness, debunking the spoiling myth,
It's a lot.
and building that strong support network.
Yeah,
It's a lot to take in.
it is.
But new parents, you've got this.
You do. And remember, every baby is different. What works for one may not work for another.
Right.
It's all about finding what works best for you and your little one.
Exactly. It's a journey of discovery.
It is.
As we wrap up, I'm wondering, knowing all of this now about a baby's transition from the womb to the world, what changes could we make as a society to our environments, our healthcare systems, to better support this critical period?
That's a really important question.
It is.
And I think one that we all need to be thinking about.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for taking this deep dive with us today. We hope you feel empowered and excited to embrace this incredible journey of parenthood. Trust your instincts, be kind to yourselves, and enjoy every precious moment with your little one.
Yes, enjoy those little moments. They grow up so fast.
They do. We'll see you next time.